guys, this is Orbit here, TGN. In this video we're going to be looking at the brand new 8-man operation from DLC 9, Assault and Battery. This drops the best gear in the game, so let's dive straight in and have a look at some of the boss fights we're going to be doing to get this gear. And I'm actually going to show you the loot which I got on this run as well, so keep your eyes peeled. Okay, so when you get back into this room after defeating enemies and destroying some stuff in either side of this room, you're going to come to two teleporters which have been taken over by the Red Lanterns. The teleporter on the right, Atrocitus, is going to come out. He is the main boss, right? Once you've taken Atrocitus's health down a certain amount, Bleeze, another Red Lantern, will spawn out of the left teleporter. Now what I did as the tank is I got ready to get aggro from Atrocitus on the right teleporter, so I kind of hung around there a little bit, got control, and once I did, I made my way over to the left teleporter, ready for when Bleeze came out. So that's a nice easy way to gain aggro of the pair of them. Now after Bleeze has spawned, make sure your whole group targets Bleeze because you need to defeat her before Atrocitus. If Atrocitus goes down before Bleeze, he will respawn and keep respawning until Bleeze is dead. So you need to make sure all of your DPSs are focus firing on Bleeze. Now Atrocitus has two attacks which are really deadly, which you want to make sure no one gets anywhere near these attacks in order to keep alive and keep a smooth run going. The first one is kind of like a jackhammer, the ground and pound type move, which is only close range, so as long as you've and your party have got distance, you should be okay to avoid that. Only the tank kind of needs to worry about that. But he also has a charge attack, and the charge attack is the one that wipes the groups out, because what he does is he goes onto all fours. It kind of looks like he's kneeling down on his knees or something like that, and he'll charge in a straight line towards the group or whoever. If you get hit by that, you're dead, so make sure if he's on all fours, roll to the side, jump around, just try and avoid that, okay? But it can be really hard to kind of see that with everything going on, and what makes it even more devastating is he doesn't just stop, he kind of charges, changes direction, charges, and kind of like a pinball effect, like bump bump bump, changing directions, hitting people, and very quickly you can have some people, a lot of the group members down from that attack. And if he charges, then does his ground and pound, just make sure you're moving around to avoid these stuff and you should be good. Apart from that, that's pretty much all you need to avoid. Just try your best for the tank to hold aggro of the two. And, well, let's talk about the loot now. So, the loot is obviously the Vestments of Rage, best loot in the game currently. This particular run, I got the healer legs, which of course is no use for me, but some of you healers who are watching might want to know the stats, so I'll go into my invent and actually show you the stats. But the main stat you want to be hearing is the restoration, of course, and it gives out 366 restoration, which is an awful lot for a piece of gear. Okay, so after we've defeated Atrocitus and Bleeze, what we then need to do is split into two groups of 4. The left teleporter, which Bleeze came out of, is now a teleporter to ranks. The right teleporter, which Atrocitus came out of, is now a teleporter for Metropolis. Split up into two groups, have one group go down the ranks teleporter and the other group go down the Metropolis teleporter. Both instances are going to have slightly different things to do in the instances. However, the ranks one is normally quicker to do because Metropolis has the open world lag times and that kind of stuff. So if you're PS3, I recommend left teleporter, PS4, right teleporter. But obviously sometimes rolls don't work out that way. If you're using one healer, what you can actually do is get your healer go down the right teleporter and your tank down the left teleporter, and you know, you don't really need a tank for this part, as long as they're a good tank, of course. But I've tanked it lots of times without a healer down the whole thing up in ranks. So let's go ahead and talk about the ranks boss. So this is the security construct. Now the security construct is one of the easiest bosses. This and the Metropolis boss, they're both very easy tank and spank bosses. This one kind of curls up into a ball, a little bit like the Paradox Tyrant, and it will roll around towards people. If you're not the tank, it will probably one-shot you or do a lot of damage at least. If you're the tank, it will knock you down, knock you back, and it's just really annoying because you can't break out. It's like slides you back, and even when you break out or use your immunities, you're still sliding back. So it's just kind of annoying more than anything for the tank. After he gets his health down like a certain amount, he kind of crumbles himself down like almost looks like a transformer or something like that, and 4 tiny little security constructs will come out. All you need to do is kill them fast, and then he builds himself back up and rinse and repeat. If I'm honest, I have no idea what happens when the timer runs out, because those 4 constructs have got timers above their head. I've got no idea what happens when they run out, because every time I've done it, they've just burnt so quickly, and they're easy enough killed. So don't let the timer out, because it's obviously not good. Is all I can say about that. So this is basically nice and easy tank and spank boss. The loot that I actually got on this run was the tank feet. Sorry, I got tank feet. Vestments of Rage. Their defense is 940. Their health is 494, and it's got 40 dominance on. 69 restoration for your fire tanks. Yeah, so pretty nice loot there. Okay, so here we are, the last boss room of Assault and Battery vs Sinestro. Now, after we've got Sinestro's health down a certain amount, because it's going to be just you and him initially, Hank Henshaw will come out and he will jump in and join the fight. Hank Henshaw is a pain in the backside and does a lot more damage than Sinestro, so the tank wants to switch target and gain control of Henshaw immediately. Otherwise, Hank Henshaw will wipe the group out quickly as well. He does a lot of damage. So try and just round them up as fast as you can, Sinestro and Hank Henshaw, as fast as possible. Now, also with Hank Henshaw, you'll have manhunters which come out of each teleporter in the corners of the room. Now, the controller should probably stun them or keep them under control so they're just out of the fight, because they do a lot of damage and they one-shot people, including the tank. So having them stunned, keeping them out of the battle for as long as possible is very beneficial. So apart from that, Sinestro's health will already be down a little bit from the start of the fight. Get everybody to focus Sinestro and kill him first. He doesn't respawn if he dies before Henshaw. So have everyone focusing on Sinestro. The tank, make sure just focus on Henshaw. Did I just say that twice? Have the whole group focused on Sinestro, tank focused on Henshaw. Did I just say that? I don't know. Okay, so that's what you want to how you want to work it, right? The reason why is because Henshaw does a tremendous amount of damage, as I already talked about. He will jump and he will one-shot people. Just try and keep control of him. Now, the only other thing you need to know, guys, is you've got 8 tubes in the room. You've got 4 on each side. Kind of split the group down the middle, maybe. And as soon as the tubes become destroyable, make sure you destroy them, because if you don't, you're going to have some laser beams just going around all over, like Brother Eye laser beams type thing, going around all around the room, which do a lot of damage. The tank can withhold that damage. Well, I could anyway with Reflect and different stuff. The rest of the group can't. You can actually avoid those lasers by going in between the tubes. However, it's just easier if you destroy the tubes. Apart from that, guys, let's check out the juicy loot. We actually got a DPS head this time round. Of course, the Vestments of Rage again. It has 268 might on this head, 131 precision. And by the way, guys, it's handy to know that the Vestments of Rage set actually drops a precision set and a might set. So that's the... Well, there you can see on the screen there. That's the stats for the DPS head. This is also where the Ring of Omnipotence drops, so make sure you keep farming this raid for all of the juicy loot. Apart from that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and like, comment, and subscribe. For the DPS head, this is also where the gold omnipotent ring, Ring of Omnipotence ring. What the fuck is that? Ring of Omnipotence of Ring of Omnipotence drops, for fuck's sake.